In the world of Genshin Impact, the Fatui Harbingers are feared across the region of Tevat. But among them, few figures are as tragic, powerful, and unforgettable as La Signora. Elegant, ruthless, and utterly confident, Signora is introduced early in the traveler's journey as one of the main agents of the Fatui. Yet behind the cold mask of the Eighth Harbinger lies a far older and far sadder story. Long before the title La Signora, she was Rosalind, a gifted young woman from Mondstadt who traveled to Sumeru in pursuit of knowledge. Rosalind was known as a brilliant scholar with a deep fascination for elemental arts. Before her time studying abroad, she also fell deeply in love, and for a brief moment, her future seemed full of promise. But that future would never arrive. When Rosalind eventually returned to Mondstadt, she discovered that the man she loved had died during a brutal conflict with monsters. The grief was unbearable. Unable to accept the loss and consumed by rage toward the creatures that took everything from her, Rosalind abandoned the life she once had and transformed herself through Forbidden's power into something far more terrifying. She became the Crimson Witch of Flames, a being whose body itself burned with living fire. As the Crimson Witch, Rosalind roamed the land destroying monsters in relentless fury. Her flames were so powerful that they burned not only her enemies, but also her own body, slowly consuming her life in the process. She was no longer simply seeking justice. She had become vengeance itself. Yet this path of destruction eventually drew the attention of a powerful ruler from the north, the Cryo-Archon, known as the Zarista. Rather than destroying Rosaline, Pyrrho offered her something else: purpose. By joining the Fatui, Rosaline would gain the strength to continue her mission, and more importantly, the chance to reshape the world that had allowed her tragedy to happen. Rosaline accepted. To control the flames that threatened to consume her entirely, she was given a cryo-delusion, an artifact that suppressed her burning power and allowed her to exist without destroying herself. From that moment forward, Rosalind disappeared from history, and in her place stood La Signora, the eighth of the Fatui Harbingers. In the game, La Signora met an untimely end. However, her story remains one of the most tragic in the world of Tevat. Beneath the cold arrogance of the Harbinger was Rosalind, a woman who once loved, lost everything, and burned the world in her grief. For some of her colleagues, Signora is a troubled but kind soul. She once taught Columbina to be grateful to others. She is also good with kids, as stated by Arlecchino when spending time with the children of hearts. And she is the only one who can make Sandrone laugh. Her transformation into the Crimson Witch, her loyalty to the Zarista, and her final battle against the Traveler all serve as reminders that in Genshin Impact, even the most feared villains often carry stories filled with pain, loss, and human tragedy.